Hey there, guys. So, I wanted to start adding audio. I figured the best way to do that is to add commentary to games that I do very much enjoy playing. So, to start commentary, we're gonna do a little series where I just talk about things in the gaming industry and things that I find interesting, and you know, maybe talk about some comments, ask for advice, things like that. And these will be the videos that I try to interact the most with other people on.
We can't keep this up forever.
We'll take the bastards down with us.
Here they come. Shall
And
I
I'll
give
be
them a
pausing
taste
in
of my
between what I'm
blade?
saying to deal with all of this in the meantime.
All yours, brother.
Get him, Hooker. Hell yeah, dude's a ninja. Alright, well, we're gonna run over here. Because there's only 2 targets on the battlefield. We're just gonna do that.
So much blood!
And so, something I think that's very important going on in the gaming industry recently is the bought and paid for media. And whether you support either side of the argument, you know without a doubt that some of the media, people doing reviews and journalism, feedback, a lot of that has been manipulated recently. Because you used to be able to rely on people that were high profile for things that, you know, maybe you may or may not know if you're gonna like or whatever. Like, say for instance, Greedfall or Dragon Age of the Veilguard.
There's
But
no end to them.
That's part of the reason I picked Dragon Age 2, so that we could get a side-by-side comparison of what dialogue, story, facial expressions, things like that are like. And we can talk about how we know some of the reviews were paid for, because this is closer to Origins than that was.
That's not what really happened.
Okay, fuck you too, Cassandra.
Does that not match the story you've heard, Seeker?
I'm not interested in stories. I came to hear the truth.
What makes you think I know the truth?
Don't lie to me. You knew him even before he became the champion.
Even if I did, I don't know where he is now.
Now, this was part of the demo.
Do you have any idea
The demo
what's
is
at stake
fantastic,
here?
so when we get out of the demo,
Let me guess. Your precious chantries fall into
you start
pieces
to
and
see
put
an
the entire
improvement
world
in
on the
what
brink of
you're
war.
viewing now, even though
And you
it's
need
not
the
much.
one person who could help you put it back together.
The champion was at the heart of it when it all began. If you can't point me to him, tell me everything you know.
You aren't worried I'll just make it up as I go?
Not at all.
You'll need to hear the whole story.
Yeah, so essentially we know some of the media was given things for free for letting us know that they felt a certain way about things, and other portions of the media were not. Start with the blank thing. We're gonna make him that's fine. Where is slightly let's go olive. Or whatever that color. Slightly off-white. Yeah, there we go. I don't like parallel face tattoos on faces. But yeah. So we know that because a lot of it said return to form, and the new game was clearly not a return to form. It wasn't even a return to 2, let alone a return to Inquisition. It wasn't a return, it wasn't like any of the Dragon Age games. So the fact that so many of the media came out and said that specifically, and they all said the same thing, which is what one of the directors, or I think it was a director, one of the people in charge of Dragon Age said in a tweet that they hoped they would say, and then they just magically all said the same thing. that, you know, it's gotta throw a couple red flags. You can't be like, oh, that's, you know, not suspicious, because that's suspicious, that's suspicious, you know. So, ooh, man, I've never actually played with this before. Give him more of a chin view, yeah. Make him a little different. Oh, and in Origins you can make it there like a celestial one. We'll do orange. How come I can't do? Where's the hair? Oh, okay. But yeah. They definitely didn't do well on that game. Not enough to cover the budget cost, and so let's get into budget costs for some of these games. Some of these games cost a fuckload of money to employ people, to do whatever, and some of these companies to have multiple projects going at the same time. Ooh, my bad, smoker's cough. But they require loans. So, and some of these loans, you know, just like the one that you give for your car, the bank dictates terms of the loan. And so while you guys are complaining at the people building these games, I don't think you're complaining at the correct people. I think the correct people to complain to or about would be the people issuing the loans to them, because they have to meet the qualifications of these loans, or their loan gets revoked, and then everybody is out of a job. And regardless of if those terms of the loan, say, would, you know, make it so it's not quite possible to make a game that people are going to enjoy. And so, one of the famous comparisons right now is Baldur's Gate 3, and I think that most people should take into account that Baldur's Gate 3 did not accept what people are calling ESG loan. What it is a it's a environmental loan from the government, and people are just not taking those. Well, not people, but regular people can't really get those. But they gave one for Dragon Age to the tune of, what was it? I think it was close to 300 billion, or I want to get this wrong. 300 million, I believe. It's close to 300 million. Could have been closer to half a billion. And so they didn't hand it just for Dragon Age. The studio said, we're making this bundle of games. Can you please fund us for the X for, you know, monies? And they agreed. And they said, here are your terms and conditions, just like when you go to buy a car. So it's no different than that. That's a pretty green. I like that. And so with some of these studios, they don't need to take these loans. So like, I think certain games that are coming, we will see are going to do fantastic, and certain games that are coming are not going to do as well. And sometimes you can tell just by the way people interact with other developers online. Oh yeah, this is a big one for me. We gotta fix his nose. His nose looks fine. He looks like he's one of the first humans, but yes, it looks fine. Neck and ears. How come I can't change the mouth and jaw? Oh, because I have a beard. Okay, that makes sense. Do we give him a thick neck? Yeah, we give him a thick neck. Call it. I don't get to change that. Okay. Probably something else I did. Ooh. This is something else I really liked about Origins is, like right here, there are multiple endings. And I don't think Hero or Ferelden should have been the default history here. I think either of these two would have made a better histories. I think we're gonna go with Elf. I don't know that I even have a save available anymore because I'm switching from Xbox, so just normal it.
The Blight had been unleashed on Ferelden.
Oh, wait for the
Darkspawn
cutscene.
poured out of the wilds, clashing against the army at the ruins of Ostagar. The battle was a disaster. King Cailan died on the field with his men.
I want this
Betrayed by
cutscene
his
to
most
be
trusted
proof
general.
that you can make something that doesn't have insane graphics and the storytelling is phenomenal, and people still
Unopposed,
really enjoy
the
it. Because
Horde
as much as
marched on
this
the
is
village of Lothar.
one of the more disliked
village
games in
burned,
the series,
and many
this was
innocents
my
were
favorite
slaughtered.
game in the series, and it's where I
The
started
champion's
with the
family
series.
barely escaped in time.
Hell yeah.
I think that's all of them.
For the moment, make us save us. We've lost it all. Everything your father and I built.
I know how much Lothering meant to you, but we have to move.
Yes, you're right.
We should have run sooner. Why did we wait so long?
Why are you looking at me? I've been running since Ostagar.
Not to interrupt, but the Blight's not going to wait while we stand here pointing fingers.
Please, listen to your brother.
Then let's go. Lead on.
So something that's cool in this game is the way you pick dialogue interacts your character's speech when you're not picking the dialogue, whether he's going to be kind of rude or super light to everybody or absolutely a joker or
You should never have fought me!
you know, and some combinations of in between. Alright, cool. I think we go magic, constitution, magic here. And then as a mage, I'll probably want this. We have mass paralysis. No, I was in the last game. Fantastic skill. You know what? Let's do let's just go Fireball the classic here.
Wait, where are we going?
Away from the Darkspawn. Where else?
And then where? We can't just wander aimlessly.
So long as we wander aimlessly away from the Horde, I'm happy.
We can go to Kirkwall.
What? Why would we go there?
There's a lot of Templars in Kirkwall, Mother.
I know that, but we still have family there, and an estate.
Then we need to get to Gwaren and take ship.
If we survive that long, I'll just be happy to get out of here.
Here we go!
Kids with different eye colors. Mama, what'd you do? see, oh, Broly even got hit by the sword, barely.
You will not have him! They will not have you. Not while I breathe. Stop squirming, Wesley. You'll make it worse.
Poor Wesley.
Apostate. Keep your distance.
Oh yeah?
The Maker has a sense of humor. Darkspawn and now a Templar. I thought they all abandoned Lothering.
The Spawn are clear in their intent, but a mage is always unknown. The Order dictates.
Wesley.
The Order dictates.
Dear, they saved us. The Maker understands.
Of course.
I am Aveline Valen. This is my husband, Sir Wesley. We can hate each other when we're safe from the Horde.
The wrath of the Templars is terrible indeed.
More so their wives. But as long as there is a greater danger, you and I have an accord.
Thank you, Wesley. For now, we move with you.
Tisk.
North is cut off. We barely escaped the main body of the Horde.
Then we're trapped. The wilds are to the south. That's no way out.
I'm not running straight into the Horde. We go south.
Alright, well, we know what's waiting for us. Let's level you up first. So, the reason you should care about these loans and these games flopping is not because, oh, they're super friendly. It's because somebody has to give these loans out to them. And there's a reason that these loans are a thing, legally. And the reason they're a thing legally is because the government said, yeah, sure, we can sponsor that. And I do believe they come through HUD. Housing and Urban Development. The Urban Development specifically, that there is because to get the urban development qualification, all you have to do is imply people of certain characteristics over others from certain areas, from certain incomes, things like that. So you're not necessarily getting the best people, in case you missed that last part, from certain income. You're getting people that meet qualifications. So that could have been what forced some of these companies recently to let go of a lot of these staff that were, say, maybe making a lot of money, had been with them for a lot of years, had moved to nice neighborhoods, and just didn't meet the parameters of a loan qualification from the bank. And so these loans, they're sponsored by the U.S. government through HUD. And so when these companies go to the government and say, yeah, sorry, we can't pay you back because we flopped $400 million out of the loan, and you know, oops. The best response that we can get as people is either they get a bailout or the bank takes possession of the company, sells off the stocks, and then I mean, that's it. Which they've talked about doing to a gaming company already, so this isn't like something that's, you know, random, it won't happen all the time. I've died here so many times. Yeah.
Now you meet your maker!
This thing's just really strong. But I think what we're going to see going into the future is higher companies are going to have AAA titles that we know what it's going to be. And you can tell based off of, like, say, the Twitters of the people working on the game. So, like, if you go to the lead the project and their Twitter says, ooh, we're not going to have bigotry or hatred or misogynism like the person directing The Witcher 4 or one of the people in charge of some kind of writing for The Witcher 4. I'm not sure what she or he was working on.
Regroup, we must press towards the wilds.
But you kind of know what you're going to get out of it. Now, I'm not saying the gameplay's not going to be good, but if they have control over, say, script writing, then script writing maybe won't be as good as the trailer we saw, kind of like in the Veilguard, because the first little bit of it is phenomenal. Nobody can argue with that. It just is. And apparently the last bit of it is phenomenal as well. I've not played the last 10 hours myself for the closing of the game, but apparently it picks up. It's really cool at the end. If you've played it, feel free to leave a spoil in the comments below. That's not, it's been around long enough. We're not gatekeeping things. That's not a thing. So yeah, I think what we're going to see is a lot of companies that are maybe taking these loans and they know there's going to be a flop. And so what they're doing is they're employing people that they may, you know, be friends or family or, you know, friends or sons and daughters of friends and family. And so they're employing these people with a little bit less experience that are maybe going to, or getting paid a little bit less so they can take a little more off the top. And on the back end of things, it ends up being like, hey, for 10 years I'm gonna give you this salary, you know, and then we just, at the end of it, they're like, well, I have a really good resume, I'll just go work at a different company or retire or do whatever they're gonna do. Or, you know, they still have stock in the company, so... Or they just, but a lot of them have gone, and a lot of people who haven't stood for this, they've gone and started their own companies, which is how we ended up with one of the Incredibles, like Hollow Knight. So, I think what we're going to see is a lot of small studios producing very good games that are not quite the 100-hour journeys we were hoping for, like AAA titles used to be. And I think instead we're going to see AAA titles trying to buy media, making games for, say, kids, which I will go into in a different episode as to how that started, or where I think that started, and how that came along. And, yeah. But seeing as how I only got about 10 minutes left to talk, we're just going to close this up, finish up this great game. Fantastic game. We'll do this whole thing. Womp, 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 womp.
Maker, give me strength.
You sure go, ah! Like a cat. Look for a priest on hit. Darkspawn. Yeah, oh my. I almost spoke too soon.
I'll deal with this!
Ah, they got him. Right, they got him.
Serves them right.
Bethany, wake up. The battle's over. We're fine.
I'm sorry, mistress. Your daughter is gone.
No. These things will not take Bethany.
Wesley looks so good. He doesn't look like he's dying at all.
Maybe we should grieve when we're safe?
Don't speak to me of grief. This is your fault. How could you let her charge off like that?
Who's my real dad?
Oh, my poor little girl. My sweetheart.
If we
See,
stand
Carter's
here
definitely
weeping,
hers.
the Darkspawn
Blue
will
eyes,
take
blue
the rest
eyes.
of us too.
My eyes are great.
Allow me to commend your daughter's soul to the Maker, mistress. Ashes we were, and ashes we become. Maker, give this young woman a place at your side. Let us take comfort in the peace she has found.
That was the
in
worst
eternity.
prayer I have ever heard in my life. Alright.
I will never.
That was worse
forget
than the
you.
prayer in Talladega Nights.
Bethany.
Leave her. The Darkspawn are gaining by the minute.
Oh, hell yeah, we're being rude. She just snapped at me. I don't even know who my real dad is.
Flames. We're too late.
I knew this would happen! Today. They're too powerful! Retreat!
Just clear everything out, right?
Face me! I'll stand for all of us!
There's no end to them.
If we stand in the corridor, we don't need that end. We can just farm. Why was she dragging it?
What have we here? It used to be we never got visitors.
I want to
to
know
the
how
wild,
old woman got
but
her
now it
youth back.
seems they arrive in hordes.
Impressive. Where'd you learn how to turn into a dragon?
Perhaps I am a dragon. If so, count yourself lucky. The smell of burning Darkspawn does nothing for the appetite. If you wish to flee the Darkspawn, you should know you are heading in the wrong direction.
So you're just going to leave us here?
Well, no, Carter, she didn't say that.
And why not? I spotted a most curious sight. A mighty ogre vanquished. Who could perform such a feat? But now my curiosity is sated, and you are safe for the moment. Is that not enough?
You could show me that trick of yours. That looks useful.
I dare say it is. Such a clever tongue for a mage. Tell me, clever child, how do you intend to outrun the Blight?
We're going to Kirkwall, in the Free Marches.
Kirkwall? My, but that is quite the voyage you planned. So far, simply to flee the Darkspawn.
Any better suggestions? I hear the deep roads are vacant now.
Oh, you I like. Hurtled into the chaos, you fight, and the world will shake before you. Is it fate or chance? I can never decide. It appears fortune smiles on us both today. I may be able to help you yet.
There must be a catch.
There is always a catch. Life is a catch. I suggest you catch it while you can.
Should we even trust her? We don't even know what she is.
I know what she is. The Witch of the Wilds.
Now Wesley's
Some call me
dying.
that. Also Flemeth, Asha Belinar, an old hag who talks too much.
My thought.
Does it matter? I offer you this. I will get your group past the Horde in exchange for a simple delivery to a place not far out of your way. Would you do this for a Witch of the Wilds?
We don't have much choice.
We never do. There is a clan of Dalish elves near the city of Kirkwall. Deliver this amulet to their keeper, Marithari. Do as she asks with it, and any debt between us is paid in full. Before I take you anywhere, however, there is another matter.
No, leave him alone.
What has been done to your man is within his blood already.
You lie!
She's right, Aveline. I can feel the corruption inside me.
Just give him a little Darkspawn blood, he'll be alright.
This corruption is the permanent sort, I take it.
The only cure I know of is to become a Grey Warden.
And they all died at Ostagar.
Like I
Not
said,
all,
little
but the
Darkspawn
last
blood.
are now beyond your reach.
You know, for a,
Aveline,
guild,
listen to me.
Sorry,
You can't ask me
grandma
this.
in the background,
won't.
she,
Please.
sure looks,
The
you know,
corruption
hot.
is a slow death.
Oh my god,
I
the
can't.
hands. Poor wrist.
He's your husband, Aveline. I can't decide his fate.
I mean, I could just fireball him right now.
Be strong,
He did threaten me earlier.
my love.
She casts fireball inside of armor. And shield upgrade for Aveline.
Without an end, there can be no peace. It gets no easier. Your struggles have only just begun.
Flemeth,
I thought that might interest you.
you expect me to believe a myth swooped out of the wild to save the champion?
Oh, come now, Seeker. Do I need to recite the tale of the Warden as well?
No. Perhaps I shouldn't be surprised to hear of her involvement.
I liked my version better, too.
What else aren't you telling me then? Did she send someone with the champion?
In a matter of speaking.
So it's true. Continue. But if you tell me they all flew to Kirkwall on a dragon...
Nothing so fanciful, I assure you. The witch kept her word, and got them to Guaran, where they took ship. They sailed north across the waking sea, lashed by terrible storms.
Again, this is proof you
2
don't
weeks they
need
spent
great
in that dark
graphics
hold,
to make a fantastic
packed in
story or a
the
fantastic
fearful
game.
and the desperate. And then they saw it.
I'm already
Kirkwall,
enticed. I've
the
played
city
this
of
game
chains.
like 30 times.
Long ago, it was part of the Imperium.
Maybe that's an
Slaves coming
exaggeration.
from
Maybe
far and
20.
wide to work the quarries. Now, it's a free city.
I've never played it on
But I
PC,
use the word
so this is a
loosely.
new experience for me.
Sail through those black cliffs and you'll see what the slaves of old saw. The gallows, welcoming you. That's where their ship landed, with all the rest.
Man. How to get sick and die. Tutorial in Dragon Age. I'm actually amazed. This game is only using about 3,800 megabytes of VRAM. Like how just kind of like copied and pasted rocks.
They're not letting anyone into the city.
What? That can't be.
It's true. Look at them all.
Both got titties, go bribe the guard. I don't... what?
Are we really surprised? Everyone's fleeing the Blight. Just as we are.
And they would throw us all back to the wolves. Unbelievable.
I'm only surprised they let us dock.
We need to find Gamlen. Our family has always been highly regarded in Kirkwall. He can do something, I'm sure of it.
Let's hope he received your letter.
The
Yeah,
guards seem to be reporting to that man. Perhaps we should speak to him.
about that.
Get back to the crowd, you lot. Trying to bully your way through won't get you into Kirkwall any faster.
But you do intend to let us in.
We have enough poor of our own in the free marches. We don't need you refugees piling up here like a middens heap.
I'll find my own way out of here.
You want in, talk to Captain Ewald. I'm just here to keep you refuse from climbing the walls.
Okay, so apparently I can get in by climbing the walls. Got it.
The gates are shut. Not a good sign for a lot of people.
But
Tell
yeah,
me,
I think we're gonna
how did your
finish out
family
this
escape
episode
Oberlin?
here.
Almost everyone who hadn't fled.
Maybe next episode we'll talk about something different.
If he
Just
wasn't
narrate
with
the
us,
game.
I
Not
don't
really
think
sure,
we'd be here.
but I'll talk to you guys next
But you
time.
seem